Do not agitate a Sigma INFJ. Why? For when they are insulted, they will never hesitate to avenge the wrongdoer, and when they do, they have the power to destroy pride. 8 factors explain why a Sigma INFJ can quickly shatter egos. 8. They have a humorous yet offensive sense of humor. Contrary to overt aggression, the humor of Sigma INFJs is a subtle yet effective weapon that blends humor with a hint of sharp intelligence. Their unique combination enables them to make amusing and slightly provocative remarks that take people by surprise. Their humor is a result of their deep comprehension of social dynamics and their sensitive awareness of the subtleties of human nature. Through astute observations and witty quips, they deftly use this information to inform their humorous expressions, fostering an environment where laughter serves as a catalyst for reflection. This compels people to face facets of themselves that they might have missed. Their humor works especially well since it may be both humorous and occasionally moderately offensive. 7. When interacting with others, they play tit for tat. Sigma INFJs have a propensity for close observation, taking in details about the intentions and actions of others. They are able to recognize the fine threads holding someone's ego together thanks to their acute awareness. These people don't back down in the face of difficulty or confrontation. Instead, they react with strategy and give off the same energy that they receive. Sigma INFJs are especially good at this because of their skill in deftly navigating interpersonal dynamics. Instead of coming at them directly, they participate in a subtle dance of reciprocity, mirroring the same attitudes and actions that are aimed at them. People may find themselves taken aback by this disarming mirroring effect, as they see their own behavior mirrored in the Sigma INFJ's reaction. But this isn't motivated by malice. Rather, it's a way to set limits or defend oneself. Given their sensitivity, Sigma INFJs frequently place a high value on sincerity and real interactions. They employ tit for tat to level the playing field when confronted with haughtiness or egotistical behavior, promoting a more sincere and impartial exchange. 6. No one's title will bother them. Sincerity is more important to Sigma INFJs than social hierarchy, and they don't let someone's title or apparent status frighten or quiet them. They are able to address the true nature of the person beneath the ego that titles frequently envelop people in because of their bravery in speaking up. Sigma INFJs cherish sincere relationships and thought-provoking dialogue. They see through the facade of bloated egos shielded by titles and address people on the content of their character rather than the importance of their position. This direct contact has the potential to be a powerful tool, forcing people to face their issues without the protection of their titles. But the goal of this strategy is to promote a more genuine conversation rather than to subvert authority. They establish an environment in which concepts and viewpoints can be evaluated independently of their origins by downplaying the importance of titles. For people who are used to using their titles as a source of power, this can be a humiliating experience. 5. They are real all the way. When Sigma INFJs disagree with others, their genuineness serves as a mirror, bringing people's outermost layers of projection and ego to light and reflecting back to them the harsh reality of who they are. For people who are used to hiding behind masks, this transparency may be disturbing. Sigma INFJs foster a culture that values candor and introspection. Furthermore, their authenticity is a gentle strength that enables people to be true without forcing their opinions on others. It is not an aggressive quality. Sincerity in expression and a lack of pretense deflate egos by emphasizing the distinct difference between artifice and authenticity. Do some of your peers, who are also Sigma INFJs, steer clear of your direct remarks? For their statements are facts, not just conjecture. Sigma INFJs are adept at seeing through illusions, identifying the real features of a situation or person, and determining the truth. When Sigma INFJs do talk, it's usually with a precision that turns their remarks become powerful facts instead of just their thoughts. Their observations have a weightiness that is difficult to dismiss because of their factual correctness, especially for those whose egos are built on a foundation of falsehoods or self-deception. Sigma INFJs are dedicated to sincerity and the truth in their work. They are able to make assertions that go beyond superficial impressions because of their insights into human behavior and motivations. They do not merely rely on speculation when dealing with someone's ego, rather, they draw from a pool of real information, revealing the paradoxes and delusions that fuel ego inflation. The factual comments made by Sigma INFJs have an impact because of their deliberate and calculated communication style. They don't make irrational criticism or unfounded allegations. Rather, their word choice is deliberate and demonstrates a thorough comprehension of the dynamics. Their statements gain credibility from their methodical approach, which makes it harder for people with inflated egos to deny or distort the facts that are provided. 3. They adhere to their own stories. Sigma INFJs are resistant to changing their minds or giving into peer pressure because they have a strong sense of what is true. When confronted with egos based on societal validation or a need for outside acceptance, their dedication to personal narratives becomes a powerful weapon. They remain unaffected by cultural expectations or attempts to shape them into someone they are not. When confronted with opposing perspectives or attempts to subtly alter their convictions, Sigma INFJs stay firmly grounded in their personal stories. This uncompromising position may cause discomfort for people whose egos depend on approval and reinforcement from others. As a mirror, Sigma INFJs reflect back the power that comes from being true to who they are and their unwavering dedication to their unique truths. Furthermore, Sigma INFJs don't play the game of trying to fit in by getting acceptance from others or following the narratives that are popular. Their sincerity and confidence upend the tenets of ego-driven behavior and reveal the fallacy of depending on approval from others. They inspire people to consider the veracity of their stories and motives by doing this. Was there ever a moment as a Sigma INFJ when you had a different perspective on someone? 2. They compel individuals to become self-aware. Sigma INFJs are able to delve deeper than others when they interact with them. Their ability to perceive things clearly enables them to recognize the fears and blind spots that play a role in the formation of egos. They help people face parts of themselves that they would ignore or reject by using subliminal clues, probing questions, or thoughtful remarks. Sigma INFJs don't confront egos directly, as opposed to overt critics. Instead, they gently draw attention to contradictions or pose questions in order to create an atmosphere that encourages self-awareness. They compel people to reconsider their attitudes and actions. For those who are used to hiding who they really are, this procedure may be unsettling since it forces them to face their own selves. Sincerity is the foundation of most INFJs' operations, and their relationships work as a mirror reflecting back what others are really like. People are forced to examine their own motivations as a result of this introspection, which can lead to enlightening and even transforming journeys into self-awareness. The purpose of the Sigma INFJs is to help people develop a more genuine sense of who they are, not to undermine them. Do you, as a Sigma INFJ, acknowledge changing people's perceptions of themselves? How is this not making you frightened of making enemies? 1. They don't give a damn who they agitate. Sigma INFJs don't let their social interactions be controlled by their fear of upsetting people. Genuineness takes precedence over social hierarchy while interacting with peers or those in positions of power, according to Sigma INFJs. They may question egos without hesitation since they don't care about social hierarchies, which leads to a dynamic where everyone is scrutinized equally regardless of status. Sigma INFJs don't agitate only to stir things up. That wouldn't be their motivation. Instead, their strategy is based on a dedication to honesty and truth. This bravery in facing egos is rooted in a sincere conviction about the value of open and sincere communication. Because they don't let fear of the consequences control how they express themselves, Sigma INFJs foster an atmosphere where egos are more likely to be challenged and confronted. The independence of the Sigma INFJs is further demonstrated by their disregard for who they offend. These people are resistant to being influenced by others' expectations or societal influences. Their ability to be autonomous in their interactions gives them the flexibility to confront egos without feeling pressured to fit in with social conventions or take into account the sensitivities of certain people. Does knowing the truth give you more courage to speak up about someone as a Sigma INFJ? Sigma INFJs become a powerful force that can shatter egos because of their genuineness and emotional intelligence. Their humor has the power to push people to face their ego's delusions and start the path to self-awareness. Do you, as a Sigma INFJ, acknowledge changing people's perceptions of themselves? How is this not making you frightened of making enemies?